This is the best defense in the NBA, and the D stands for dogs. They're led by Anthony Edwards from Georgia.
The young guys that have been special throughout these playoffs thus far, and the young guys that have, made that powerful statement, right, in those series.
If you had to use one word to describe the state of the Knicks right now, what would that word be?
Crisis. They have reached a crisis point of injuries.
I think the collision course is inevitable, and it's going to be Minnesota versus OKC.
All right, folks. Listen up. We're about to dive headfirst into the wild world of basketball, where the action is hot, the stakes are high, and the players are ready to put on a show. Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, all gearing up for a showdown of epic proportions. It's like watching your favorite action movie, but with hoops instead of explosions. We've got Brunson lighting up the scoreboard with 40-point games like it's nobody's business. Edwards soaring high through the air like Air Jordan himself. Tatum pulling off moves that make your jaw drop. And Gilgeous-Alexander leading his team with the finesse of a seasoned maestro. So, grab your snacks, grab your friends, and get ready to witness some seriously jaw-dropping basketball action, because when these guys hit the court, everything can happen. It's hoops magic, baby, and you won't want to miss a second of it. First, let's talk about Jalen Brunson and his scoring rampage. It's like watching a basketball wizard weave his magic on the court. So, here's the scoop. Brunson has been dropping 40-plus points like it's no big deal for 4 straight postseason games. That's seriously impressive stuff, right? I mean, we're talking Michael Jordan levels of dominance here. MJ, the GOAT himself, was the last to pull off this feat in the '93 NBA Finals. That's some elite company right there. Now, let's rewind to Monday night's game. The Knicks were down by 9 early in the fourth quarter, and then Brunson just flipped the switch and it was lights out. He poured in a whopping 21 points in the final period. Turning the game on its head, it's like he's got a secret stash of basketball superpowers that he unleashes when things get spicy. And speaking of records, did you know Lakers legend Jerry West holds the all-time record with 6 consecutive games of 40-plus points back in 1965? That's a different era altogether, but it just goes to show how rare and special Brunson's streak is. Imagine being a Knicks fan right now. It's gotta be like winning the lottery every time Brunson steps on the court. You're on the edge of your seat, heart pounding, witnessing history unfold right before your eyes. So, hats off to Jalen Brunson, the man with the golden touch, the scoring maestro, the guy who's making defenders question their life choices. Keep doing your thing, Jalen. We're all here enjoying the show and eagerly waiting to see what you'll do next. Speaking of next, it's the legend of Anthony Edwards, which continues to grow. It's like watching a shooting star streak across the basketball sky. So, he led the Timberwolves to a 4-game sweep of the Suns. That's not just impressive, that's grab your popcorn and watch the replay on loop kind of impressive. And now, after dropping a playoff career-high 43 points in Game 1 against the Nuggets, the Michael Jordan comparisons are raining down like confetti at a championship parade. I mean, MJ comparisons don't get tossed around lightly. It's like being knighted in the basketball kingdom. But it's not just about the numbers, right? It's about those crazy dunks that leave you in awe. It's about the way he leaves defenders scratching their heads in confusion, wondering where he went. And let's not forget his body control. Down low, in the air, heck, even while tying his shoelaces, the guy oozes finesse. And that swagger. Oh, you can't teach that. It's the kind of confidence that makes opponents quake in their sneakers. It's like he's saying, yeah, I dropped 40 on you. What are you going to do about it? Anthony Edwards, the rising star of the Timberwolves. In his 4th season in the NBA, the guy's putting up some serious numbers. He's averaging 25.9 points per game, grabbing 5.4 rebounds, dishing out 5.1 assists, and swiping 1.3 steals. Not too shabby, right? Plus, he's shooting 46.1% from the field, 35.7% from beyond the arc, and hitting 83.6% from the free throw line. Talk about a well-rounded stat line. And now, let's rewind the clock to the 84-85 season and meet a young Michael Jordan. Sure, it wasn't technically his age 22 season, but hey, let's roll with it for a fair comparison. In that season, MJ was making waves from day one. He averaged a whopping 28.2 points per game, snagged 6.5 rebounds, dished out 5.9 assists, and swiped 2.4 steals. Oh, and let's not forget about his shooting. It was a cool 51.5% from the field, just 17.3% from downtown. He wasn't exactly raining threes like Edwards, and a smooth 84.5% from the free throw line. So, what's the verdict? Well, Edwards is holding his own against the GOAT in his age 22 season. Sure, the numbers might not be identical, but hey, MJ didn't come MJ overnight either. It's like watching a young sapling grow into a mighty oak tree. You can see the potential, the talent, and the promise of greatness. All right, let's shift our focus to the playoff stats. Showdown between Anthony and Michael during their respective seasons. First up, we've got Anthony Edwards bringing the heat in the postseason. In just 5 playoff games so far, the guy's been a scoring machine, averaging a jaw-dropping 33.4 points per game. Not only that, but he's also been crashing the boards with 7.8 rebounds per game and dishing out 5.6 assists. And let's not overlook his defensive contributions. He's swiping 1.8 steals and swatting away 1 block shot per game. Plus, check out that shooting efficiency. He's knocking down shots at a blistering 53.2% from the field, lighting it up from downtown with a scorching 43.6% from beyond the arc, and calmly sinking free throws at an 86.5% rate. Talk about making a statement in the postseason. Well, now let's rewind the tape to 1985 and see what Michael Jordan was up to in the playoffs. In just 4 playoff games, MJ was already leaving defenders in his dust, averaging 29.3 points per game. But he wasn't just scoring, he was doing it all, pulling down 5.8 rebounds, dishing out 8.5 assists, yeah, you heard me right, and swiping 2.8 steals per game. Oh, and let's not forget about his shot blocking prowess with 1 a game. While his shooting percentages might not be quite as eye-popping as Edwards, he still managed to shoot 43.6% from the field, 12.5% from downtown, and 82.8% from the free throw line. Definitely Edwards takes the cake on the three-point percentage there. So what's the takeaway? Well, Edwards might be in his 4th season, but he's already making waves in the playoffs, putting up numbers that rival those of a young MJ. Whether you're Team Edwards or Team Jordan, one thing is for certain. Both of these guys know how to shine when the spotlight is on them. Let's switch gears into the Tatum phenomenon. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey through Tatum's hardwood heroics, 1 stat at a time. So, picture this. Jason Tatum, the Celtics' undisputed go-to guy. He's putting on a clinic against the Heat in Game 5. He wasn't just playing basketball, he was orchestrating a symphony of skill and finesse. With his double-double, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block shot to boot, he's like a one-man wrecking crew, leaving the Heat scratching their heads in disbelief. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's zoom out now and look at the bigger picture. The entire series against the Heat, Tatum wasn't just good, he was phenomenal. 4 double-doubles in 5 games. That's not just impressive, that's where do I sign up for the Jason Tatum fan club? Kind of impressive. And let's not forget his scoring prowess. He hit the 20-point mark 4 times. It's like he's saying, hey, Heat, you can't stop me, you can only hope to contain me. And they didn't. So the Heat is out, and now the Celtics are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, up 1-0 as to date. You can bet your lucky sneakers that Tatum will be ready to put on a show. And let's talk about his impact on both ends of the court. Tatum isn't just a scorer. He's a two-way threat. He's like a defensive Swiss Army knife, able to lock down opponents with his length and athleticism while also making life miserable for them on offense, cutting between defenders and putting the ball in the hoop. So here's to Jason Tatum, the Celtics' guiding light, the guy who's ready to carry his team to victory. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block at a time. Let the conference semifinals unfold because Tatum's just getting started. All right, time to shine the spotlight on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the maestro of the Oklahoma City Thunder's playoff symphony. This guy, he's not just a player, he's a conductor, orchestrating the Thunder's march towards postseason glory. In their latest triumph over the Mavericks in Game 1 of the second-round playoff series, Gilgeous-Alexander was nothing short of sensational, dropping 29 points, dishing out 9 assists, and snagging 9 rebounds. That's not just a stat line, that's a masterpiece painted on the canvas of basketball excellence. But here's the thing. Gilgeous-Alexander wasn't alone in his brilliance. Oh no. The Thunder brought the thunder with a balanced attack. Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and Aaron Wiggins all stepped up to the plate, providing crucial support when it mattered most. It's like watching a well-oiled machine firing on all cylinders, with each player knowing their role and executing it to perfection. And let's not forget about that dominant fourth quarter. That's when champions are made, folks. The Thunder didn't just win, they made a statement. They showed the world that they're not here to play games, they're here to win championships. But as impressive as their performance was, there's always room for improvement. And that's where Gilgeous-Alexander comes in. As the leader of this Thunder squad, he knows that he needs to elevate his game even further if they want to keep their undefeated streak alive. It's not just about putting up numbers, it's about leading by example, inspiring his teammates to greatness and leaving everything on the court. With his talent, determination, and leadership, the sky's the limit for this rising star. And who knows, maybe we'll be talking about the Thunder's championship parade sooner rather than later. That's it for right now, folks. Thank you for watching, and hit that like and subscribe button for us, please.